Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're looking at 10 more examples of cover songs being publicly denounced or criticized by the original artist.
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man.
Number 10, I'll Still Love You, Ringo Starr.
You know I love you, always will.
The Beatles were still fighting long after the band had broken up. In 1970, George Harrison was recording All Things Must Pass when he laid down a piece called Whenever. However, he only went as far as the demo, and the song never made it to the finished album. He then tried giving the song to other artists and even produced a few versions himself, but nothing was ever released. Fast forward to 1976, when former Beatle Ringo Starr recorded the song for his album Ringo's Rotogravure. While details have never been made public, Harrison was reportedly not pleased with Ringo's iteration and even took legal action against his former bandmate. So much for that touching tribute.
I think I'll be leaving the band now.
When?
Now.
Number 9, I Will Survive, Cake.
You gotta lay down and die, oh no, not I will survive.
A staple of late 70s disco, I Will Survive has endured thanks to its empowering lyrics and funky sound. And while Gloria Gaynor's version is soulful and powerful, Cake's is dry, sarcastic, almost cynical, featuring frontman John McCrea's signature monotone vocals.
As long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive.
Cake also replaces the disco instrumentation with a minimalist rock setup, stripping down the production and the bombast. It was a change, to be sure, and while some may like it, Gaynor was not a fan. But not because it sounds so different. No, Cake actually altered some lyrics and even introduced an F-bomb, and it was this profanity that Gaynor did not enjoy.
I should have changed my lock. I would have made you leave your key.
Number 8, The Rite of Spring, Fantasia.
When Igor Stravinsky wrote his ballet, The Rite of Spring, his purpose was, in his own words, to express primitive life. And so Walt Disney and his fellow artists have taken him at his word.
Unlike other covers, orchestral works are often performed verbatim, with virtually zero alterations. That certainly wasn't the case with Fantasia. Disney's team adapted Igor Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring, but they rearranged the order of the movements and made substantial cuts to the original work, reducing it from 30-plus minutes to about 20. There's also the visual element to consider, as Disney changed the piece from a primitive and brutal pagan ritual to a story about dinosaurs. Suffice to say, Stravinsky was not a fan, which is especially painful as he was the only composer from the movie that was still alive at the time. He called the new musical arrangement execrable, and the accompanying visuals unresisting imbecility. The man has a way with words.
Instead of presenting the ballet in its original form as a simple series of tribal dances, they have visualized it as a pageant, as the story of the growth of life on Earth.
Number 7, Mrs. Robinson, The Lemonheads.
Mrs. Robinson, Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's a big ask to cover Mrs. Robinson, one of the most popular and celebrated songs ever made. It's an even bigger ask to make a grungy version of it. The Lemonheads were approached to do a cover of the song to celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Graduate, with the band being quite hot at the time thanks to the album It's a Shame About Ray.
Where have you gone? Show the magic of our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Woo, woo, woo.
Paul Simon reportedly hated the cover, as did the Lemonheads frontman Evan Dando. However, Simon later appeared on The Howard Stern Show and claimed that it was so-so. He's coming around.
What's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Joe and Joe has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey.
Number 6, No Man's Land, Joss Stone featuring Jeff Beck.
The killing, the dying, it was all done in vain.
Reportedly a favorite of British Prime Minister Tony Blair, No Man's Land is a powerful anti-war song about a young man who dies in World War I. Though respectful of the dead, the song's message is clear. War is futile, and we shouldn't glorify it. This entire message was altered in Joss Stone's cover, which was made as the official Poppy Appeal single for the Royal British Legion in 2014.
Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside?
You see, she completely omitted the back half of the song, which contains the core anti-war message. It's a sentimental tribute to war rather than a poignant reflection on its futility. Many people, including the original songwriter Eric Bogle, were not happy with the alterations, and the singer even wrote an entire piece in The Guardian expressing his disappointment.
Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest?
Number 5. My Little Red Book, Love.
I just got out my little red book the minute that you said goodbye.
This is one of those cases when a cover becomes even more popular than the original. My Little Red Book was written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David and recorded by Manfred Mann, but the single did not perform, failing to reach the Hot 100. Enter the band Love, whose cover reached number 52. This was a completely different version, transforming the song from Bacharach's jazzy lounge pop origins into a raw garage rock anthem. They also altered its signature chord changes, simplifying Bacharach's unusual progressions into a more straightforward rock song. Bacharach reportedly hated these changes, claiming that they played the wrong chords. However, he did concede that the song brought him some credibility in the world of rock and roll. Number 4. Anarchy in the UK, Motley Crue.
Anarchy for the UK.
The Sex Pistols burst onto the scene with Anarchy in the UK, a ferocious punk song that introduced a harder, faster, and grittier sound to the mainstream. 15 years later, it was covered by Motley Crue for their compilation album Decade of Decadence 81 to 91. It's a much glossier production with a more polished sound and flashy guitar work. The band also altered the lyrics, substituting UK organizations and references for American ones.
Or is this the CIA? I thought it was a USA!
So, Anarchy in the USA then? John Lydon, aka Johnny Rotten, did not like these changes, telling NME they peppered it with the wrong words, cause they didn't know the full Monty. They lost the meaning somewhat. Number 3. Life on Mars, Barbra Streisand.
Is there life on Mars?
Very few want to criticize Barbra Streisand. David Bowie didn't have a problem. Life on Mars is considered one of his most iconic songs, released as a single at the height of his Ziggy Stardust fame. It was also around this time that Barbra Streisand recorded a cover for her album, Butterfly.
As they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall.
She transforms the song from a glam rock ballad into a more theatrical and lush pop piece with sweeping orchestration. Many people hated Streisand's Broadway gloss, believing that it ruined the song's surreal and moody atmosphere. And that includes Bowie himself, who called it both bloody awful and atrocious. Hey, even the legends have a few missteps.
Take a look at the long man beating up the wrong guy.
Number 2. Behind Blue Eyes, Limp Bizkit.
No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings.
Despite its scathing reviews, Limp Bizkit's cover of The Who's Behind Blue Eyes was a commercial success and is one of the band's highest charting singles on the Hot 100, released at the height of their fame. There was an attempt at vulnerability here, with stripped-down instrumentation and melodic vocals that were a far cry from the band's usual efforts. Regardless, the song was not received well by critics or Pete Townsend. In an interview with Uncut in 2005, Townsend referred to that Durst fellow and called his cover an embarrassing effort and one that discredits a fine song.
To be the sad man behind blue eyes.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. These Boots, Megadeth.
You keep saying you got something for me.
The idea of Megadeth covering Nancy Sinatra is just hilarious. They covered her seminal song, These Boots Are Made for Walkin', for their debut album, Killing Is My Business, and Business Is Good, although they intended it more as a parody than a straight cover. As such, they included some, shall we say, raunchier lyrics.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
The song's writer and producer, Lee Hazelwood, called it a perversion of the original and demanded that the band omit it from future reissues of the album. Frontman Dave Mustaine later called out Hazelwood, saying that he happily collected royalties for a decade before issuing his complaint. Funnily enough, Megadeth later did a proper cover of the song with the correct lyrics for the 2018 remaster of the album. What do you think of these covers? Let us know in the comments below.
And no one knows what it's like to be here.